Today we're diving into something that a lot of people feel, but maybe don't talk about all that much. And that's the hidden power of having just a few really close friends. So if you've ever felt that pressure to be some kind of social butterfly, but it just doesn't feel like you, well, you're in exactly the right place.
Okay, let's get this out of the way right now because it's the most important thing you'll hear today. Having only a few friends does not mean something is wrong with you. Seriously, it's not a sign of failure. In fact, as we're about to see, it might just be a sign of some incredible hidden strength. Society has this myth, right? That being popular means you're happy, and that having a huge list of contacts is the ultimate goal. Well, we're here to challenge that, to kind of tear that myth apart.
Have you ever just felt like you're wired differently? Like you're built to observe more than you talk, and you crave real depth instead of just noise? That feeling isn't a flaw. It's actually a fundamental part of who you are, and believe it or not, it comes with some amazing hidden superpowers.
So let's do a little reframing. Let's stop looking at these things as social shortcomings and start seeing them for what they really are, rare, powerful traits. Let's uncover what makes a selective person so unique.
All right, your first superpower, it's a profound self-awareness. And no, I'm not just talking about knowing you prefer coffee over tea. This goes so much deeper. It's about truly understanding your own inner world.
You're someone who actually reflects on your actions, on your emotions. You're always looking for meaning, instead of just surface-level chatter. And this commitment you have to honesty, both with yourself and with other people, it naturally acts as a filter. It kind of separates you from the crowd that prefers distraction over depth. And that self-awareness, it builds directly into another huge trait, emotional independence. This is that amazing ability to find happiness and contentment within yourself without needing someone else to constantly tell you you're okay.
A lot of people are terrified of being alone with their own thoughts. But for you, solitude isn't some kind of punishment. It's where you recharge your batteries. And that ability to stand on your own emotionally, that is an incredible source of quiet strength.
This independence leads right into your third superpower. See, your circle isn't small because you can't make friends. No way! It's small because you have incredibly high standards for who you actually let into your world.
You're all about genuine connection. You look for loyalty, honesty, respect, peace. Deep down, that being by yourself is way better than being surrounded by people who just drain your energy. For you, it has always been about quality, not quantity. And finally, there's a trait that gets misunderstood all the time, a deep sensitivity to energy. Now, this is not about being fragile, not at all. It's about being highly perceptive. Honestly, think of it like a form of high emotional intelligence. You can walk into a room and just feel the vibe, right? You can sense unspoken tensions. You know when something's just off. This makes you a fierce protector of your own inner peace, because you instinctively steer clear of draining or fake situations. That's not a weakness. That's a powerful survival skill. But, of course, having these traits isn't always easy. This kind of depth and selectivity, it often means you get misunderstood by a world that seems to value noise more than it values substance.
Does this sound familiar? Have you ever been called quiet, distant, strange, maybe even arrogant? These labels get thrown around by people who mistake your quiet observation for being aloof, or your need for peace as some kind of arrogance. But that's just not who you are.
So let's make a really important distinction here. Being selective, that's an active choice. It's about carefully choosing your connections. Being antisocial, on the other hand, that's about building a wall out of dislike or fear. One is about protecting your peace and valuing quality. The other is about shutting the world out. They are not the same thing at all.
When it comes right down to it, it all boils down to authenticity. You just can't fake it. You won't pretend to like things you don't, and you absolutely won't stay in a place where you don't feel valued. This deep commitment to what's real, well, it naturally leads to a smaller, but a far more meaningful life.
So, what's the end result of walking this kind of path? That time you spend in solitude, it isn't empty. It's actually the training ground where you build one of your absolute greatest strengths, resilience. Just think about this for a second. In a world that's obsessed with performing for an audience, you've learned to do the really hard work on the inside. You face your own thoughts, you learn how to heal without needing a round of applause, and you grow in silence. That is an incredibly rare and powerful skill to have. But let's be super clear about something.
This isn't a call for total isolation. It's not about pushing every single person away. It's about choosing your connections with intention and care. Really, it's an encouragement to stop feeling guilty for being selective and for honoring what you actually need.
So let's bring all this together. It's time to fully embrace your path and to know deep down that even when you feel like you're alone in this, you're really truly not.
Because here's the beautiful promise in all of this. When you stay true to yourself, you create space for the right people to find you. And when they show up, they won't be intimidated by your depth, they'll be drawn to it. They'll respect your boundaries, and they will value the rare gift of your presence.
And I really want to leave you with this powerful thought. Don't rush to fit into places where you were clearly meant to stand out. The way you're wired isn't a mistake that needs to be fixed. It's a core part of your unique identity.
So if any of this has been resonating with you, please know this: you are rare, but you are not alone. There's a whole quiet community of strong souls out there walking this exact same path, choosing depth in a world that so often settles for what's shallow.
And so we'll end with a question for you to reflect on. What is the greatest strength you found in your own solitude? Because the answer to that question, that's the true measure of your hidden power.